Welcome, everybody. This is Riffs for Savage Worlds. We are on episode 9 of this current arc. We actually started this campaign way before episode 1, but that's why we started actually streaming these on a regular basis. And I need to mute my phone so it doesn't make weird noises into the microphone while we're playing. So, last time, we've actually been spending a little bit of time in the town of New Durango in southern Colorado. It was formerly southern Colorado before the coming of the Rifts. The town has been experiencing some strange, almost mystical diseases of some sort and strange lights in the sky. And our heroes from the Tomorrow Legion decided to take it upon themselves to go into the mines to see what's going on down there. They spoke with some spirits, and it kind of pointed that was what was going on. It's probably something beneath the earth. So, with all the mines in the area, let's go down. And they ran into some ghosts of some miners who had died in there horribly. We're assuming, otherwise they probably wouldn't be ghosts. And they also ran into some Tommy knockers who gave them quite a bit of a fright, taking our dragon hatchling down. And during that was the same battle, if I'm remembering correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Where our friend, the cactus person Spike, also failed horribly casting a spell and knocked himself unconscious.
Yes, he healed Fletch. He healed the dragon he actually successfully healed the dragon, but then tried to heal himself and blew his own mind.
Yeah, so between drinking some really powerful brew that was really only meant for dragons and stuff, combined with starting to succumb to whatever mystical disease is going on around here, and having some backlash, is now unconscious. And while they could go back to the surface and try to rest, time may not allow them to do so. So they're going to press onward deeper into the mine. They found a interesting metal shaft at the end of the last episode, and they are going to proceed down that way and see what awaits them beneath New Durango. Okay, so it looks like we've all got our bennies refreshed, correct? Is everybody not missing or having the incorrect number? I think we've got that figured out.
That looks good.
I think I'm good.
So you're going to have to carry poor Spike. Who's carrying Spike's?
I will. The dragon's going to carry Spike. The dragon, for role-playing wise, the dragon thinks that Spike knocked himself out, bringing the dragon back to life, bringing the dragon to consciousness.
So you gotta take care
and
of
the dragon is loyal. So his suspicion against the new guy is totally gone, and he's now very loyal to the new guy.
I also weigh approximately 25 pounds. I don't know. I'm maybe more than that, but I don't know how heavy.
What's your size, Cat? Your size -1?
Yep, size -1. And my load is 14 pounds. I can only carry 20 pounds.
Yeah, so, let's see.
I figure
-1. The most that you could weigh is 125 pounds, and the least that you could weigh is about 33 pounds.
Okay, so I probably weigh, we'll say, 55 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figure I'm kind of dried out.
I will add you to my gear.
Sure.
Just to make sure that you don't have encumbrance problems, even though you're a freaking dragon. You can lift
I'm carrying 150 pounds of gold and silver, so
that's true.
Forgot about
found some treasure, some coins, while looking through the mines in a secret passageway. So.
Yes, so I've still got about 170 pounds before I'm cumbered, but that's
wow.
I think you said there was 100 pounds of gold and 50 pounds of silver or something like that, which means it was one or two bars of gold.
We found those chests that had all that silver and gold and no cures for my disease.
No cures for your disease. No.
So it was no good to me, who is dying. Can I eat it?
Can you eat it? Oh, that's amazing. You're carrying Spike through this kind of narrow metal tubing.
Yes, and since I've been carrying him already, I kind of already have it set up to kind of like tuck him under an arm and clip him to my my harness. So he's under my left arm, so I can hold him.
Perfect, and I know where to do my called shots then.
Well, and I would say that, like, here's the thing. I would say, like, since he's loyal, he's probably going to be distracted doing anything that isn't involved. Like that. Essentially, if they're trying to attack Spike, he's going to be distracted because he's going to be trying to keep him safe. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like that's kind of a role playing thing that.
If it comes into play, we'll be sure to bring that into play.
He's very like, he feels bad for not trusting his party a little bit more.
So this piping is only about 5 foot in diameter. So anybody who's taller than 5 feet is gonna have to kind of duck and move kind of slowly through this stuff.
A monument for dwarves.
You know what? I will just shapeshift into a human of slightly smaller size.
Yeah, that'll help.
That works.
Yeah.
At least for the duration while we're in the pipe.
Very good. And the Linsriel will probably have to be ducking. I think you're probably much higher than.
Oh yeah.
I realize you could totally turn into a super strong mouse.
No.
Cat. No, we can't go by that.
I could turn into a super strong cat.
That's a small secret.
Oh, that's also cool.
Yeah. Although I would say like, so that it's not abusable, my strength would reduce each size that I go down. So like as a mouse, I would probably only be as strong as your mummy. Or I mean, as a cat, I would probably only be as strong as your mummy.
Yeah, only.
Oh no, my absurdly strong.
Exactly. Yes.
That is terrifying, by the way.
So there
impossible to hit.
There are some kind of rusted edges and bits that are kind of half caved in a little bit, clawing through here. So just to make sure that you get through
I'm
without.
going to be riding my cat, so
maybe you can still fit. It's a pretty big cat. If you kind of lay down and hug it, you're probably okay. But if you were just riding sitting straight up, your head might hit the ceiling a little bit, or one of the places kind of collapsed. So, but to see if you make sure you get through there without slicing your arms or anything in there, we have everybody make an athletics check. That's conscious.
Athletics. Darn.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Hey.
It probably wouldn't matter to Fletcher with your fast regeneration anyway, even if you did cut yourself.
Oh, you would? Okay.
Yeah,
okay, fair enough.
Maybe don't waste your Benny on that.
Yeah, I will take it.
So yeah, you slice yourself a little bit, but yeah, it heals real quick. Are we missing one roll yet? Oh no, because it's Spike.
No, because Spike doesn't roll.
Yep. And
I fail.
The undead creatures, it won't matter. So everybody makes it through there without any bumps and bruises, fatigue. That's good.
Nothing permanent anyway.
Do not care.
Oh no! I am now also bumped and.
Yeah, right. I have another
fatigue. All different.
Dang it.
Spirit.
So I don't know which order you would end up coming down here. I just threw the tokens in this room.
Oh, word.
But yeah, you end up finding the pipe kind of goes into a small room with a stairway, and you make your way down the stairway into this old rusted underground room with metal and ceramic floor tiles. Looks to be behind some grates, some sort of ventilation or cooling pipes. You're not sure. Doesn't sound like anything is going through them at the moment. Any air or liquid or anything that you can hear. There's a low kind of humming. It's overall, but it's really faint. looks like an old desk sitting over on one side of the room, with some very deteriorated paperwork sitting on top of it. Some file cabinets behind, some crates open, and
Ghosts. They never do the paperwork.
they never do. And then there's a
useless.
Yep, and then there's a door on the would be on the map, the south side of the room over here. Close up. There's two lamps kind of hanging on either side of the door, providing a little bit of light. It's looks like there's not a ton of power coming through it, but enough that's providing a little bit of light for you. But not that darkness is much of a problem for this group at the moment.
I don't actually have dark vision going for everyone right
No, so.
But I can if we need it. Not for long, but I can. We do have lights, though. We all have the headlamps.
We have the headlamps on.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you'll have some sort of way to either see in the dark or turn some lights on in case you need it. So, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna look at these crates over here.
Look at those crates.
While he's looking at the desk, I'm gonna look at these crates.
There doesn't seem to be anything in them.
Okay.
One of the door was already kind of like just ripped off, and you don't even know where the door was on it. The other one was hanging open just a little bit, and as you open it, there's nothing in there except a couple like wire metal shelves. On top of it is like an old toolbox of some sort, and there's some old wrenches and screwdrivers and stuff in it, and a tiny piece of cloth that
like a rag,
maybe leather potentially. Not much left to tell what it might have been, but it definitely looks like it's been there a really long time.
Okay. Since I've been carrying the gold in like just a bag, which probably isn't very good, I might transfer the gold into the what's it called? Into the toolbox if I can.
Yeah.
And then just strap that on rather than having kind of just a bag.
Sure.
I'll have it just maybe like I'll just put like a shoulder strap on it so I can drop it.
Let's have you make a notice roll looking at that toolbox real quick.
Oh, okay, sure.
It's kind of an old toolbox too. It's not as badly rusted as some of the other stuff, but the latching mechanism, there's a potential that it could break open.
Oh, okay.
If it gets jostled around too much, so that may.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that then. I'll leave it.
Darn.
I'll leave it for the next person. They may need to.
All right. Darn. If you could fail it nice and bad, like, yeah, it's perfectly okay. I'll stuff my coins in here, and then it just breaks open and you lose all your money.
Spread the coins everywhere. Well, who knows? Maybe that could happen at a fortunate time, like in the Three Musketeers.
Right. Yeah.
We need the crowd to close behind us. Gold, silver,
also,
everyone.
Yeah. Also, there's kind of a pile of rusted metal and other debris in a pile in the middle of the room.
Looks kind of like a face.
Kind of like a face. There's a face in it, and it talks to you. No,
what?
I'm just kidding.
Can anybody sense anything on the other side of the door?
Oh, did you check the desk, Brett?
Not really, I guess. It just looks kind of.
If you're not, I'll check it if you don't want to. Like,
Hey,
are
look,
there any
make a-
drawers I could open?
There are drawers. Go ahead and open them and take a notice roll just to see if you notice anything that's actually might be interesting or useful to you.
Do a proper Fallout scavenge.
7's pretty good. It's not enough for a raise. Do you want to re-roll it, try to get a raise, or be good with just a success?
That darn fatigue.
I think I'll be okay with this.
You don't see a lot of good stuff there, but definitely just the way some of the items that are still there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff kind of worn out and stuff. You would guess it kind of looks like a reception type desk, like the kind of stuff there. It's like an old like book where people would like sign in and stuff, and it looks like some sort of scanning device for maybe either fingerprints or some sort of card reader. Doesn't match designs of anything that you've seen currently used. So, but looking at the rest of this place, this whatever this is. It looks like it's been here for a really long time.
We got some old relics over here. I don't know how useful any of it is, though. I suppose we press onward if we got to keep going.
Yeah, and if you want us to look through the door, I'll do a present sense expanded awareness through the door.
I can just send the mummy in.
Yeah.
Well, I want to look first. I want to look first, just in case.
Okay.
Look first, then throw in.
So this will be just the normal detect, but I'm going to add the presence, so I should be able to see through walls.
Okay.
For about 5 rounds, unless I pump it.
What kind of stuff can you see through the walls? Is it everything, or is it like?
It essentially it's the detect arcana just ignoring walls.
Oh,
so I could see. Let's see. I'll make sure what the minimum things are here.
So yeah, all right. So but you think it's mostly like arcane signatures, so like.
Yes, detect arcana allows the recipient of the power to see and detect all supernatural persons, objects, or effects in sight. This includes invisible foes, enchantments on people or items, weird science devices, and so on. With a raise, I didn't get one.
Yeah.
It also allows them to ignore up to 4 points of penalties when attacking foes hidden by magical darkness, invisibility, etc., etc.
Okay. So,
and then presence just ignores walls.
Yeah. So you do sense a small packet of arcane energy, sort of moving around just behind the wall.
Ooh, okay. I would pass that information on, and I will remain kind of in the rear because I got to do to protect it. But I will say, yeah, there's some arcane energies. Arcane.
All right, Mary. Send that mummy right through there, and I'll be right behind him. Eyes open, everybody.
Eyes open.
Yeah, I'll do a dark vision on myself.
Mary has one of those mining lamp things.
Yeah, and I do too. I'm just worried about being a target, so I will put.
So this room is lit up with some sort of fluorescent lighting on the northern wall. The arcane energy. The mummy doesn't see anything. Midnight, are you peeking around and trying to look in there as well, since you're kind of right there?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can spot anything, but I'm surprised the lights are brighter in there.
Yeah, they're pretty bright in here. There's also a fake plant there.
We assume it's fake because it's still green after.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's probably been down here to water it. It's got a nice layer of dust on top of all the leaves too.
Could you move the mummy forward because I can't actually see?
Oh, because you don't have this. Yeah, he doesn't have.
Yeah, he doesn't have mind link.
Midnight. Well, so you do see there's a door right here, and there's another one at the end of the hall. It looks like a bit more of a secure type of door.
Yeah, I see a little red light on it.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually a red dot on the real one. That's just the picture that the room had, but.
Trick of my eyes, I guess.
Yep, the trick of being a human playing an alien. All right.
You're the dude playing the dude disguised as the other dude.
Disguised as the other dude.
I'd say, well, I don't know what you all felt in here, but I don't see nothing.
Do you have a present sense yourself or automatic detect arcana midnight or anything like that? Or you have to actually activate it? No, you do not.
Sure don't.
So, Fletcher, and you kind of come in and you still kind of see it floating right by midnight, just kind of floating around the room, this little ball of energy. Visible to the normal eye. It's kind of bouncing around in there, really like a little cloud.
Could I don't have the exalted, so I can't automatically know what it is. Could I use occult to try to figure out what it is?
You could try. I'm going to give you a -4 on it, though.
Okay. That's all good. And no, I will try one more time.
Okay.
Feel like, I mean, even at a -4. Nope. I just don't know. I don't know. But I tell Midnight, I'm like, it's right next to you, bouncing around.
Well, we got a couple choices in here, fellas and little
Cast a
lady.
spell on it. Try it.
What was that?
I could cast a spell on it, or try at least.
You can maybe try to divination
I'm
it. If it's a spirit, you might be able to talk to it. Because you can, although because I mean, you can talk to the undead with your divination without really any extra stuff. Whereas I probably can't without doing an extended ritual or something.
Yeah, but it's just a bouncing thing of mana. So it might just not be a spirit.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Although if I will probably have my detect maintain.
Yeah, as long as it's
Just
floating around in there, just to be sure.
Well, maybe it'll like my detect lasts 30 seconds. So anytime 30 seconds pass, just let me know and I'll kind of go from there.
Okay.
The eye and the eyeball is a dark thing.
Sure.
Just the basic. I will put
It's pretty bright in here with dark
1 on
vision at the moment for you.
Yeah, there isn't any reason for it, but it yeah. Let's see.
There is a let's go everybody make a notice roll at -2. Oh jeez.
I think we all succeed.
That's looking pretty good. So those of you who got successes, you hear a little bit through the southern door over here. Can't really make it out, but Mary, even though you're the farthest away, you also heard that, but you almost thought you heard like a kind of a slow grunt of pain or something, kind of like a.
I send in the mummy.
Alrighty.
You're sending the mummy through that door?
Yeah.
Okay,
You guys can
so,
probably hear it through the radio that I'm ordering it around on.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, I mean, if you're just ordering it through the radio, we've all got I've got a radio.
I mean, also you can probably hear me because we're not that far apart.
That's true. I'm gonna draw my plasma pistol just in case something comes through.
It's a captive, but he'll die from the fear roll that he has to roll for the mummy.
Oh God, yeah. I didn't think about that. That's funny.
Midnight, kind of when you're right. It looks like it's when it's dark in there. But some of the lights falling, pouring in from the room you're in. It looks like there's a sink.
Oh. Well,
I can kind of see a toilet from where I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we might have found the bathroom in here.
Very big bathroom.
Fletcher, the little ball of energy is floating towards you.
It's floating towards me.
Eat it.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can try to figure out if it's hostile or not? Fletcher's actually generally willing to deal with creatures of magic because he is one. So he doesn't it's role playing wise. He wouldn't necessarily recognize it as a threat unless it was.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas how you might determine whether it's hostile or not?
Maybe ask it.
Uh-huh.
You could.
I'm just in Dragonese. I'm just going to say, do you mean to harm us?
What are your intentions with my daughter?
Just keeps kind of floating towards you. It doesn't really change that much.
I'm going to.
It's about towards where the mummy is right now. Yeah,
I am going to keep myself between it and Spike, but I'm curious. So I'm curious. So I'm going to continue asking it. Like I really, you don't seem hostile. So if you want to talk, I can listen.
So it starts kind of like moving. So you said you're trying to keep yourself between it and Spike at the moment.
Kind of just instinctively, like he's on my left side and I'm kind of like turning so that my right side is facing it, kind of,
It kind of turns around with you. It's like now it looks like it's heading towards Spike.
Oh no!
I am going to, I don't know. I feel loyal to Spike, so I want to protect him. But again, I'm curious, and I think my curiosity being like an inherent hindrance outweighs both my suspicion and my loyalty. So I'm going to just be like, if you intend to hurt my friend, I will destroy you. If you want to help him, then we can then help him, please. And I'm going to stop moving, and I'm going to lower my gun.
Okay. The little bit of floaty energy starts kind of rolling like clouds over top of Spike's body, and then they sort of quickly go inside him and just disappear. From the way it appears to you.
And with the okay.
And then Spike wakes up in a hurry, just like he came out of water, needing a huge breath. But yeah, but that kind of movement,
the voice in our heads is like,
yeah, there's just a little bit of I'm back. What's going?
Never mess with your friend. Whoa, yeah, crazy.
So you know, Spike, you can remove the 2 levels of fatigue except for the one caused by the dragon.
Nice.
The dragon drink.
Yep, cool. I'm back, baby.
You are back.
With his awakening, Fletcher would definitely say sort of a silent thanks to whatever power helped my friend. Thank you. Hopefully the cost is not too great.
Did it happen to restore any of my ISP?
No.
Okay, just
that it did not. I want you to make a notice roll.
Me?
Yes.
Sure. I got some flubby flubby inside me right now. Not very noticing.
Okay.
Oh, I still have a -2.
Yeah.
Still didn't do anything.
The miscellaneous would not be enough.
Yeah. But with the fatigue, still didn't make it. No, I'm still groggy.
I'm looking at him now that he's awake though with Detect Arcana. So did it like you said it just kind of disappeared into him?
Yep, and you can't detect it anymore at all.
You're channeling the spirits, man.
I would say to him once he wakes up, obviously his voice is in our heads. I would say it was foolish of you to attempt to help me, but it was also the work of a true ally.
Ain't no thing, chicken wing.
I would detach the attachments that I have to your, but I would, still carry if you needed it.
Right.
Spike seems to like being carried around.
You don't need to be in my papoose. You no longer need a papoose.
Fletcher, make a notice roll at -2.
Okay, hang on a minute.
You know, just throw that -2 out. Just make it straight. You've carried
Make it
Spike.
straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because it's you.
Hey.
Yep.
So you've carried Spike around enough. His body seems to be putting out more heat than you're used to.
More
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I would say you feel warmer than normal?
Now you notice it after he points it out to you. You didn't notice before. But yeah, it's almost like you have a mild fever or something like that. Like your body's just a little warmer than it should be.
Yeah, now you see, I'm boiling a little bit. Whoo, gotta get some fresh air, huh?
Yeah. Fresh air would be good. So midnight, yeah, you're just seeing a bathroom.
Yeah, there
Some-
seems to be a mess here at the bottom a little bit, but I don't know if I want to get too close. Ooh.
Yeah. So basically, what's going on over there is the door on that particular stall. I mean, they're all kind of deteriorating a little bit. That one is like really bad and like it's falling off the hinges. There's only there's a big piece of it laying there.
Well.
Oh, I'm fine. I guess I've been AFK, but I'm at least following midnight to the door, so I can kind of.
I guess. Can I make a notice roll and see if I notice anything worthwhile in here?
Yeah, why don't you make that notice roll? I'm going to make a roll myself.
Whew. Tired. I might have peeped something. I'm not sure.
So, you clearly hear a little click coming from this stall right to your right over here.
Oh.
Get the fuck back, dude.
You can't tell what the click was, but there was a click.
I guess I tentatively push open the door.
This is why the mummy goes first.
So it's not push open. It's definitely gonna be a pull open one here.
Oh, all right. Tentatively pull back on it, peeking around, but keeping my head back a little bit.
And
you know what I mean?
There's a guy sitting on the toilet. He's pulled his feet up, so you couldn't have seen his feet underneath, and he's holding a handgun of some sort, and he's kind of pointing at it, he's like, "What the fuck, man?"
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. I didn't realize anybody was in here even. I heard a noise, and we've been seeing all sorts of supernatural things. You have to understand that down here. But
Could you shut the door?
Yep. I'm sorry about that. Yep. Have a nice time now.
Through the mind link, I would say make sure you can't communicate with someone on the radio.
Zap him.
Yeah,
down all-
You know, because if he's Fletcher doesn't know who it is, but you know.
No, is that make it so that electronics around you start messing up.
Actually, that's true. He does have the glitch. So.
Oh yeah.
If they do have
using my
radio,
powers, unless it's protected, it might glitch a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, are you wanting to do that or not?
I'm afraid it will provoke this guy, but I feel like I guess I should. Can I just use my damage for my electrical mastery?
For what?
Just suck all the electricity out of that particular area.
Or I can do exalted manipulation and test the target with my arcane skill. I don't know that that's worth it. No, I'm just gonna let this man be. I don't know who he is.
But you just interrupted him, John.
Yeah, I feel embarrassed. I gotta get out of this bathroom.
Yeah, you're just backing out. Nope.
Okay, I didn't touch anything. Don't wash my hands. Get out of here.
Yep. Well, now Mary knows what the grunting sound was all about.
Okay.
I just really thought supernatural. I did not expect another person down here.
What is this live guy doing in the middle of a fucking haunted mine? Taking a shit anyway.
They scared the shit out of him.
Anything that wasn't trying to kill us. I mean, he had a gun, but at least he didn't shoot.
I'm sure he wasn't expecting you guys to be down here.
Yeah, he probably didn't see the mummy.
He hasn't seen the mummy yet, no.
No, he hasn't seen the mummy. No.
Mummy was just out of, vision.
Yeah. Are you going to pull the mummy out of there now?
No, he's going to just leave it in front of there. Just wait to hear screaming and shooting.
Oh, God. Oh, God. So rude.
I'm guessing I probably had to sustain the detect for a while.
No, like the 30 seconds we're probably up during this.
During this, okay. So I'll sustain it for one more, at least.
Okay, then.
So you're just telling us there's a dude in the bathroom?
Yeah, I panicked a little bit. Maybe I should have questioned him, but I interrupted him during a private time.
I'll just nod at you and say, "I got this."
Well, for being such
I'm curious.
I'm
curious and suspicious.
Midnight, for being such a kind person to give somebody some privacy when you accidentally walked in on them while they're doing their private job, you will get a Benny.
Oh yeah, woohoo!
Good on you.
I felt bad.
The most heroic. We got to reward heroic behavior, which is not letting somebody be while they're going.
Everybody deserves a little privacy.
So what were you going to do, Fletcher?
I said I'm curious and suspicious.
Yeah.
So I see, Midnight says I didn't really want to do that, and I just say I got this, and I'm gonna set Spike down near the door, walk over to the side of this quietly, and I'm just gonna reach over and grab him by the scruff of his neck and pull him out.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
From the other thing. Okay, that's
just reaching over. Yeah, I mean, if I need to get bigger to do that, I will get bigger.
Yeah,
to
you
do
would
that.
have to.
So I'll bump up to size 1, become Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and reach over and I'm gonna just kind of grab him by the scruff and.
Of course, you're gonna have to.
That's grappling.
Maybe.
Yeah, or just make a fighting roll so you can actually grab him. I guess.
Oh, okay, sure.
We'll use that to.
I mean, is that how grappling works? It's like opposed fighting or something like that?
It's athletics and strength, but
yeah. Let's see.
I guess, did he hear me coming up? Did he hear me walking up?
He definitely. So it's whether he can dodge out of that. What is his? We're going to use his parry.
He's probably not expecting this.
No, definitely not. I don't know if I ever statted these guys up fully. So, he's probably got a fighting of D8. So that's half
6
2 plus 4 is 6. So 5 will not. He actually dodges your hand then as you reach down to get him. He's like,
okay.
And I'm going to.
Yeah, and I guess I'm technically here at size.
I'm entirely unclear what's going on. I've never actually seen a human shit before, and I don't have to.
Yeah. So
That's funny.
so he
That is so
so he fires his laser through the door, just missing you. Like
Oh my god.
Through the door or at
like through the
Fletcher?
wall, right at towards Fletcher. but
Oh,
misses.
sure.
I'm like, get the fuck away! And then he's like, he like, we've got some company here.
Uh-oh.
And I would
Back
say in
The hell
let's
off.
see. So
What the hell is
my
wrong with you?
English is very broken. But I would say we're here to inspect. Report.
What? The hell?
And I would again say report.
I'll report to
Very
you.
confident. You know, like we're supposed to be here. Tell us what's going on.
You say that?
Well, I mean, I essentially just that's what I'm saying. Like report. You know, like
Yeah.
in sort of like
Yeah, he does it. He's like, he said, I didn't. Yeah, I'll report to you. And he says, back the hell off.
Well, I don't want to hurt this guy. I'm going to say, I'm going through the mental, I'm going to say, why don't you have the mummy open the door?
Oh, goody. He's already shit, so it's not going to scare him.
He's already shit his pants, so he can't get shit his pants scared. That's fine.
I'm going to totally do it. Because Mary is kind of an evil little shit when it comes to living people.
So he the mummy opens the door, and then the guy's like, "Fuck!" He's like, and then he's like, "Those monsters have made it down into the lab."
Oh,
no.
I'm gonna have him make a fear check. The mummy has
Minus
fear, right?
2.
Does he just have?
Yep.
He's got a 2.
It's a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really hope we have our first heart attack from this.
Well, he fails. He's not hooked up to a sheet here, so.
Probably up to you what happens when an extra fails.
Yeah.
Normally they just normally they say they flee, but it can be
Yeah.
up to the
He has
GM.
nowhere for him to go at this point.
Yeah.
No, he just starts shooting blindly at the mummy, and it has no effect. Some of them hit, but most of them don't.
He's wasting
So-
ammo. Good.
So yeah, while he's distracted doing that, I'm gonna try to grab him again. He's probably ready for it.
All right, go for it.
I think Mary's
But I
going to
will
get
try to-
off Garfield from all
Now that
this.
we're actually more fighting, maybe we should use the grappling.
Oh, some turn order.
So athletics, probably.
Oh, athletics instead. Okay, I will.
Yeah. Probably should use that the first time. But...
No, I'm just not very good at this.
Another 5. Huh.
So
And
when that doesn't work, can I
here.
just push the wall over on top of him?
Well, if you really want to try that,
Oh, God.
Why?
I don't think he's.
Again, I don't want to hurt him, but he's shooting at us, and it's pretty clear that he knows more than he's letting on. So
Yeah, well, wouldn't you start shooting if some weird glowy-eyed bandage thing like just rip the door open while you're taking a shit?
maybe,
Like,
I sure would.
maybe.
yeah, but Fletcher's
I
too
mean,
young.
Fletcher probably wouldn't.
Fletcher's too young to understand that he's terrifying this guy for no reason.
I don't poop.
Yeah.
It's not intentionally.
All right. Go ahead. Just make a strength check. You'll probably be fine. All right, you push it right over. I mean, it's just a big piece of plastic, basically. It's some metal inside of it to keep holding its strength.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try to sort of push it over so that, like, I don't want to squash him, but I want to, like, knock him down, contain his stuff, and say,
well, he's basically pinned at this point if you put a little bit of pressure on it. So.
Okay, so I will do that. And I will say, I don't want to hurt you. Answer our questions.
No hurt. Answer.
It's like, jeez fucking Christ, what the hell? This is not how you do things. This is ridiculous. What the fuck do you want? Ask your fucking question and get this fucking thing away from me.
And I would turn the questioning over to someone who speaks English.
Oh my god.
Because mine is broken enough, I can say some basic words, but, like...
Oh my god, what did you do? Girl.
So yeah, someone else should talk to him, but I'm going to keep him kind of pinned here. And we should maybe watch out for his allies. He did say there's some monsters here.
That's why Garfield is in front of Midnight. Oh, Midnight moved again. Okay. Hi.
And he makes another fear check because there's this little girl standing next to a mummy and not afraid, and you look like something out of, some Japanese horror movie. And
It would if she wasn't wearing a mining hat.
Ooh, well, he's not afraid.
Had he failed that, he would have just passed out, and then he wouldn't have got any questions. He's hyperventilating, and he doesn't really say anything, but he's just looking at you, Mary.
No.
But you're probably having to be over here to kind of peek underneath the wall that's on top of it. Kind of leaned over, like looking through the crack.
Oh my god.
Well, like
Again, I don't want to hurt the guy, but he knows something.
So, this place has a connection to the disease that's killing everyone. Would you have anything to say about that?
I know jack shit about any of that. I'm worried that I'm gonna get the goddamn thing. But I don't have enough money to get the hell out of town. So I'm trying to make some coin so I can afford passage.
If we gave you coin, would you help us? Or if we pay, you help? I think that's simple enough.
I'll get the hell out of here. You can go on and bug Percy. He'll fucking fill you in.
And was Percy the mine guy that we talked to earlier?
He's the owner of the Ninja Mining Company, yeah.
Yeah, we talked to him outside the church.
You did.
I'm gonna through the mind link tell Mary that give him some of the silver. Fletcher doesn't want him to get hurt and is generally good natured, Give him silver. Let him go. Send him back the way we came. We cleared the way.
I sort of look towards Midnight. It's like, hey, you're the boss.
Well, I think a little money couldn't hurt.
Especially after you dropped a wall on him.
Well, he evaded my scruff grab, so
Why did you
very good at doing so.
Could I at least wipe up here quick? My arm's kind of pinned against the roll.
I would ask Mary, is that natural?
Have you literally not seen animals defecate?
I mean, he probably would have and would sort of understand it, but he's never had to do it himself, like.
We humans like you.
And humans always seem to do it in private, so he's never seen it like a humanoid do it.
That's where I'm
Yeah,
at.
everyone else walks away. You know, like everyone goes back. So
Never follow the humans to the bathroom.
so yeah, Fletcher would be like, okay, I'll lift the door up, and he's gonna lift the door up and slide
All up.
like a handful of silver coins under the door and say, "For your trouble."
All right.
Come on, Mumsy.
So you pull the door up there. You just are you holding it, or are you just standing?
I'm
it up?
holding the wall up to where it initially was.
Okay.
It probably isn't going to stand up on its own, and he just wants
I was imagining you like, okay, and you lift it up, and then you walk away, and it just falls down, and he's just everybody can see him. But,
no. Fletcher is at least, he's at least cognizant enough that this guy wants privacy now.
He's starting to figure it out at least a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
He is going to shrink back down to normal size, though. Once the wall is back up, so that the guy doesn't, maybe the guy, so that hopefully the guy will just think, oh, I just thought he looked big.
Okay. Well, you're obviously, it's going to take a minute or two for him to get cleaned up and get his pants up.
The wall's stopping me from going through.
Yeah, you can't actually you move your token through the walls.
I'm just gonna roll 4d4 to see how many coins I can just grab in a fist. Does that work?
Sure.
So that's how many I slide under there for him.
So,
and once he's done,
13
he's sort
silver
of done,
coins is okay, but it's not probably as much as he's making.
Okay, if he asks for more, I would, give him. I don't know.
You got gold ones instead. That might be worth something.
I would say,
but that's okay. It's whatever,
I'd say to him very, very plainly, like, finish up. We'll talk.
Hey, and he goes over to wash his hands, and the water's really fetid coming out of that.
Ooh, gross.
But
the fact that it's coming out at all is amazing.
But yeah, he's just male human about in his. Now you get a good look at him. Male human in his like mid-20s. Got a scraggly beard. It's not long, but it's long enough. It's not kept up very well. It seems uneven in places even. He obviously reholstered his pistol.
I would have probably put my plasma pistol away too. He doesn't seem like that threatening. I mean, he's very clearly not our friend, but. So
All right, Fletcher, bring him out here and let's have him lead us to somebody who can tell us something about what's going on.
I would say to him, I would open up the bag of gold and silver and say to him, "You help, some yours."
Very interesting. All right.
I was wondering.
Well, boss wants to talk to you, so all right. He's not very happy with you though.
Worst case comes to worst. I'll just have the mummy just be immortal and just kill everything.
All right.
Well, they aren't a mine, so there may be torches.
No.
And lanterns.
That's a terrible idea. Fire underground in reality?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Fletcher and Spike are okay, but Midnight and Mary. Because I don't think Fletcher.
No,
I don't think Spike.
Well, I think at this, I might as well just reveal the whole fucking map at this point.
Yeah, you don't breathe. Yeah, they don't breathe. Cactus people don't breathe. But yeah, I would let him keep those 13 silver though, and just sort of like down payment.
So he hits a panel on the wall over there, and this door on the end opens up. Once
I move the undead so that he can actually get through.
All right, everybody in. He walks over to this console over here. It's putting out a little bit of light, a little green screen with on black background. Everybody in. The door won't stay open for very long.
I'm assuming, Spike, you're going where I'm going. I'm gonna stay next to this guy because he seems like, you know.
I'm having trouble selecting my character.
I hope he's a friend, or at least, you know.
I'll drag you in here.
I'm still just kind of addled because since I still have the fatigue from the alcohol, it's like when you wake up but you're still drunk.
Oh,
yeah.
So
your extremities are tingling.
What?
So, right layer. Okay. So he pipes some stuff into the computer over there. And then the door shuts behind you, and then once it's closed, you hear some air circulating around. And then about 10 seconds later, so your 30 seconds will be clearly up by now again. So
Clearly, okay, so I will shut down. Yeah, so the detect is off, but the dark side is still on.
Yeah. And then the other door opens.
Okay.
And you can see down there's another guy. He's got a helmet on, but he's wearing the same kind of outfit on. The guy he was in the bathroom had his helmet just kind of like hanging off of his belt loop by like a strap.
Oh, sure. He took it off to go to the bathroom or something.
Yeah. The other guy's got his helmet on there, and he's got his pistol in his hand, but he's pointing it towards the ground at this point.
Yeah.
Not pointing.
And when the door opens, I kind of just step out of the way a little bit because I want them to see I want them to see their guy rather than us, so that, like, you know, they know that he's not dead.
Yeah.
That explains why the thing is lagging a bit.
So he walks through. It's like, well, that was the most harrowing experience I've ever had going to the bathroom. And the other guy's like, told you shouldn't have eaten those burritos. All right.
And then the mummy comes out.
All right, everybody, let's get your ass in here. Boss wants to talk to you. Don't make any sudden movements.
I fart. Because I can't help it.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Oh
The
my
mummy's
God.
in there, so they're probably all going to have to not try to. Well, some of them anyway.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna roll for some other guys here.
Oh, so these are this is just sort of like a enclosed.
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a big domed room, with like and it feels like actual grass underneath you, and there's like a fake painted like sky above
I love it.
Is it actually? I guess Spike would probably know. Is it actual like sunlight in here?
Yeah, does it feel, am I absorbing nutrients?
Feels close enough.
Cool.
Okay.
It's like canned sunlight.
But you are starting to feel even warmer, Spike, than you were before.
Okay.
Oh, whatever this thing
Is it unpleasant at this point, or is it just noticeable?
It's not quite uncomfortable, but it's getting close to where it's starting to feel uncomfortable. Like if it got much warmer, you might start not feeling so great. So this guy here in the clean suit sees the mummy and is like, "What the fuck?" He just starts backing up and like trips over his own feet and falls on his ass, and like he's like pushing himself off like he was on a office chair, but he's on the ground and he's like just trying to push away, like shit. Then he crawls really fast and hides behind this pillar over here.
Mary is giggling.
And then
which again would be intimidating if she was utterly intimidating at all.
So some of the trees and plants here, they definitely don't seem to match any fauna, like the flora that you've actually seen anywhere on Rift's Earth, and there's some weird stuff for once in a while, but nothing. It all looks very, very alien.
Can I do maybe a common knowledge check minus something?
I don't know if common knowledge would cover this at all.
Okay, that's fine.
It is certainly not even close to common.
Sure.
Out of curiosity, are these guys are they wearing black as in the picture, or is it the dark blue that they're supposed that the ninja people wear?
No, they're wearing like a dark gray, like just like command armor. It looks kind of like plastic man armor, like a variant of it.
Okay.
Maybe the black ones that Spirit spoke of, or maybe not. Who knows?
The other mercenary doesn't freak out about the mummy, nor does Percy or the two female bodyguards that you'd also seen with him before. And he kind of just walks up, and it's like, "Oh, great, you four." Should have known. This
Well, we did try to warn you a little bit, but we didn't like what was happening down here, and we had to come check it out. I'm not surprised to find you in the middle of it.
Well, man's gotta, he's gonna make a living. He needs to know what's going on and take advantage of every opportunity he can, right? You have to
Not at
understand.
the cost of your entire town.
Well, if I might feel bad if I had anything to do with it. It's this device over here. We've hired these fine gentlemen over here they got the big brains and stuff to try to figure it out, and they've been working on it for months now, and they haven't made a whole lot of progress. And you kind of see over there's a couple guys like running some scanners across, and there's like a control pad that one guy's like adjusting some settings, and he's checking a notepad that he's got. Neither of them have looked up to even like notice that there's a mummy like walking around over there or anything at this point.
I'm gonna do just a basic detect arcana without present. Actually, no, I'm gonna do an exalted, so I can actually get a good idea of what's going on.
Because if it's magic, which it probably is, considering it crosses species.
So yeah.
Oh, darn it.
All right, so you got a success.
Yeah. So exalted is I would learn active powers, arcane abilities, enchantments present on an item, and other information the GM allowed. And with a raise, which I didn't get, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Man, you've been one away from raise.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That.
Fucking way she goes. And I'm very curious about it because when he points it out, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Let's see. I'm double checking if he's got anybody in the room's got anything. Well,
can I ask?
Also, I guess
Percy's katana that he wears on his side is magical.
I would also know PPE and ISP pools of anyone I looked at too. That's one of those that I forgot about exalted.
It's basically
you do not detect any from Percy.
Okay.
I don't believe the two bodyguards have any either. Let me double check.
They have the tech gun, the Techno Wizard guns now.
Oh wait, they do.
Don't know if those show
They
up.
have one's got 15 ISP. The other one. No, that's not the right character. I think she's got similar. Yeah, 15 ISP. Has some sort of magical, probably a Techno Wizard pistol in a holster. Both of the ladies do. No current powers you can see that are up.
Okay. Everybody else is probably just normal, I'm guessing.
Yep, and there are definitely some arcane-like energies coming from this glowing like machine in the center of the room. But they aren't they don't look like any kind of power or anything that you can tell what it is. But you can all clearly see there's like kind of this visible like colored orbs that kind of appear and disappear around it, kind of floating around, and every once in a while one kind of like flies off and kind of dissipates.
That's
Does
really
it look
cool.
like the orbs?
It kind of
that,
looks similar to the one that, although these were in the visible range, but it looks similar.
Oh,
to
that one was invisible, but these are actually like
yeah. You can
they're ionized or something.
with your thing turned on right now. When they kind of lose their visible sight, you can still detect them.
Okay.
As they kind of fly out from this.
I kind of I kind of just go, hey, is it still hot? Anybody else in here? It's like Disco Inferno in here.
It's a little warm. It's kind of like a slightly humid like jungle. It's probably like high 80s in Fahrenheit, like a little humid, but there's a slight breeze
Mr. Rich,
going through here.
can I ask you what the point of this giant machine down in the middle of this cave is?
Well, we've been trying to suss that out for a while now, but welcome everybody to the Garden of Eden. More precisely, Eden, E-D-E-N, has a acronym, stands for Emergent Dimension in Entangled Neutrinos. According to what little's left of the documentation that was left here.
You mean to tell me you discovered this instead of building it?
Oh, yeah. We just detected some strange energies, and one of the side activities of my mining company was to dig over here and figure out what the heck was going on. And this is what we found about a month ago. Almost 2 months at this point. I'm finally got some people that think they know what they're doing.
Well, why
theoretical
haven't you told the
physicists-
townsfolk? They've been sick and dying up there.
Well,
And
I know
if you know this was the cause, why didn't you warn anybody?
Well, it only got real bad in the last week or two, and we've looked at possibly shutting it off, but this egghead over here says if we just shut it off, we might just make it worse, or the whole town could just disappear. So,
Well, if we don't do something, I'm afraid they might disappear anyhow.
I'm trying to think character knowledge versus player knowledge. Like, could actually be one of the things that caused the rifts of play.
you could make a common knowledge roll at -2 to see what you know about that. This compares to anything that might have caused the coming of the rifts, because nobody.
Okay.
All right, might as well try. Hey.
Hey.
The most of the what recovered history and the stories would tell you that knowledge of like arcane stuff or other and stuff like that was not known to the humans before the rifts. It was something else that probably triggered it. This could be could be tapping in. This could be possibly something that's tapping into the same types of energies, and they just didn't know it. It's not likely because this area of the world doesn't really have that much of ley lines at all.
Yeah,
there's definitely none here. There's a bunch crisscrossing through the Grand Canyon, but you get much farther away from that. It's very rare to find them out here. Yeah, if there was a giant nexus like right over top of this, you might think that this might have had something more to do with it, but it doesn't quite fit.
Could Maybe it's an invasion. A really, really slow invasion.
The other thing you kind of realize is, that light in the sky that you saw above ground that everybody was looking at, and they kind of say they've been seeing them for a while. It looks kind of like these lights.
Ooh, interesting.
They're not seeing UFOs. They were seeing bits of energy coming off this machine, probably.
Oh.
I'm curious what we yeah, I don't know.
Well, if any of you are smarter than these dickheads over here, like maybe you can help figure out if we can either turn this off or like turn the settings down or something. This is not really my
I do
area.
have some knowledge in electronics. Maybe I could look at the panel and see if I can make heads or tails of this.
We would hope you have
This scientist
some
doesn't
knowledge.
even notice you walking over. He's just too busy in his work. Doesn't even notice you.
I can maybe boost your electronic skill. I don't know how long it would take to examine this thing, though.
I clear my throat and say, excuse me, sir, we're here to help shut this thing down. What can you tell me about it?
Do not shut it off. I'm warning you.
Well, sir, it's making the townsfolk sick.
So, yes, that was a quote from Ghostbusters, but from Bankman. Anyway, he didn't quite say it quite as forcefully as that. So, but he's like, I wouldn't recommend shutting it off. This thing is likely to go critical.
Let's not do that.
And then he starts saying a bunch of really, really high-tech words that don't make any sense to you unless you know Technocan and have a pretty high smarts and some science skill or anything like that. And a combination of all of that.
Academics isn't quite enough there.
No. Academics is not enough.
I would nod along and squint vigorously as though I understood and was worried.
Me too. And through the mind link, I'm like, you catch all that?
Not a word.
Yeah, me neither.
So none of you...
We have to do something different here, sir. And if y'all have been failing with pressing buttons, we found swinging at things to be pretty useful.
No.
His face just goes like utter horror. And, like he looks over at this other guy over here, and like it's like, and he's like, and then he looks over, he steps over here, and like, I don't think I want to be around here anymore. If you can let these fuckers play around with these controls, it's been fun. It's been real fun. But yeah, y'all can go fuck yourselves. And he just like runs out.
I don't think he's fast enough if we start doing that.
Probably not, but he's done. Thanks a lot. Tomorrow Legion, right? That's what you guys are from, right? I've heard of you guys.
We did not mention that at all.
No, you did not.
No, but he might have heard around town. I mean, he's an informed individual. After we talked to him, he probably checked up on us. I wouldn't be surprised.
So if you guys are all supposed to be about good and helping people and making the world a better place, you're doing a really terrible job.
Well, no one's dying because of our actions.
Neither.
Sir.
Stop blaming me for this. I've done nothing. Nothing.
Exactly. You did nothing, and people are dying because you told no one.
Ooh.
Well, we could just blow it all up right now. How about we do that? We could just all die right here. No, I didn't think you wanted that, right?
Let's not get hasty. No, of course not. But we have to do something different.
I'm the person that hates living. Why am I the one
Even if it's just warning the townsfolk, you have to take some responsibility and spread the word.
Look.
Hey.
They all know.
They
all know there's something going on, and yet they choose to stay. Those idiots out there, if I told them anything was going on here, they wouldn't believe me anyway. They wouldn't have done no good. They probably would have made things actually worse. They would have been, oh, we want to go down there too. And then the whole town would probably be gone. Or everyone would have burst into flames.
Can we stop measuring dicks and try to figure this out, please?
Only Mary, only Mary, the child.
The only source of intelligence seems from your group here is the 12-year-old girl. 12, 13, maybe?
And I hate the living. Why am I the reasonable one?
Because you're the only one that they're going to take seriously, because you're the only human that speaks English. And you're also like probably the least imposing, because even though Spike's small, he's covered in spikes.
No, Mary actually says that.
Yeah. She's right, you know.
Spike just says, "What's a dick?"
Male reproductive organ.
Oh, you guys don't do spores, huh?
And Fletcher would, through the mind, say, "I think I have one of those."
Look, it's clear that you guys are not the type of team that this is your specialty. If you want to help out, see if you can get a hold of some of your people back. What is it? Arkansas? Maybe? I don't know. Somewhere over there, I heard. Send a team over here to help out, because it's clearly you guys are not the right one. And if you want to, go ahead, go up top, tell everybody what's going on down here. See if they believe you. See if it's any use. Oh,
hello, I'm back.
Apparently Discord has stopped working. I am back.
Hey,
yes. Lost you right when you said if you want to help. ...
Okay. All right. Now, if you want to help, go on ahead upstairs. Back up to the surface. Tell the town what's going on. Tell everybody to evacuate. See if that goes well for you. Well, I didn't have any luck doing it. Because you're certainly not going to be any good helping down here. You guys are not the right team for it. Go back to your Tomorrow Legion. See if they've got somebody who can specialize in this stuff. Maybe send them out here to take a look at it.
I'm gonna try.
I don't trust this guy at all.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's like trying to sidewind out of any sort of responsibility, and he keeps saying he told the town, but it's like nobody knew except for like the bartender, who sort of only knew through back alley connections. And even then, it was pretty broad. So I'm thinking through the mind link. I don't trust this guy.
He clearly does not trust you guys either, from his body language.
Yeah.
Very clear. Yeah. Which I don't necessarily blame him.
I'd come back over to him and say, "Sir, I understand your apprehension, and when we get back to the surface, we certainly will warn the townsfolk, but we're here now. And whether we barged in uninvited or not, we're here to help. And we need to change the situation now, today. No more waiting."
I'm going to try.
Why don't you roll persuasion?
Ooh, that's not going to be good. Come on now.
No. He hates us worse now.
Yeah. And the attack on his mercenary in the bathroom did, like, here when he heard that, obviously made his opinion of worse too. Like, you're not going to do anything today besides kill hundreds and thousands of people. Not hundreds of thousands, hundreds or thousands. So I'm gonna ask you politely to just turn around and go back up. Watch out for the Tommy knockers.
Oh, they're gone.
Oh, they're never all gone.
Of course they're.
Can I do like maybe an occult roll to see if this has any sort of like occult, like, you know, racking my brain for any sort of occult type devices that might be like this?
Why don't you make that roll at -2?
That's two.
Holy shoot!
Okay.
From what you've heard and what you see around here and the weird energies and stuff, you would guess that everything in this room was pulled from another dimension. Probably similar but quite different from the fabled Fade Towns in the Federation of Magic and other places where multiple realities seem to overlap at the same place.
Would I have any sort of knowledge on how to send it back, or if it's I guess if it's possible to like send it back?
No, is you would probably need the help of someone like a shifter or a really powerful Leyline Walker who knows a little bit more about this stuff to be able to do anything with it.
Okay. I would.
And
I
even
would
then,
say...
this is some sort of technological device, and itself doesn't look like or even detect.
Yeah,
like
so maybe some shifters and techno wizards.
Possibly. I mean, it doesn't look very techno wizardly from what you know now.
Oh yeah. Other than the sort of like arcane-ish energies coming off of it.
Yeah.
This is a purely technological-based techno wizard.
I would say this is likely beyond your scientists. You need. This is from another world, and it's beyond your scientists.
Beyond everyone's scientists, probably.
I beg to differ that this is from another world. I mean, this tree over here is, and the fish that are swimming over that little bit of ocean over there that sometimes appear. But this device in the center, he goes over, like, just come over here a second. He points, since you were mentioning it, Fletcher. Come over here.
I will follow gingerly, but I'm real suspicious of this guy. I think
his bodyguard ladies go with him, and he like wipes some dust off over there, and it says, "Property of the United States government."
And I would say I can't read.
Then he says it out loud. Property of the United States government. That's who was here hundreds of years ago before the Rifts came.
And then I would say you misunderstand. This room and the things in it are from another.
Yeah, we kind of figured that out a long time ago.
So okay, and I would just sort of be like, okay, fair enough.
Well, no, we got this. We've made some progress. But had we not already been down here working this for a while, it's likely that a lot more people would already be sick.
Well, I can't say I don't feel like a bit of a horse's ass for busting in here like this.
The curiosity killed the cat and the Linsriel.
But satisfaction.
Excuse me, sir. Is that a threat?
I apologize. That was a misspoken, poor choice of words. My apologies on that.
All right. Well.
Oh man, I'm worried. There's a Demogorgon here.
Can I try a divination of the spirit of this place, like you did with the spirit of light in the church?
I want to see if there's a.
You'd need a temple. Like the spirit of light would be like a temple. Like what kind of spirits are you trying to talk to? Like that's kind of the trapping of your divination.
I can't just call like the natural one of the place.
You can see if there's nature spirits in here that might be from that other dimension if they would have came with it.
Yeah,
try
or
that.
If there's like some sort of spirit of the machine, you could potentially use the machine itself as a foci. But yeah, like you have to like for fire spirits you need fire, for earth spirits you need earth. Now you are a necromancer, so you could talk to dead spirits without the focus.
Do you think that would work in this place? They're so long gone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Might as well try. Not much else I can think of that I can do. Call on the spirits of the dead. Help us, please.
You look at spirits of the dead in here. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have you make your roll.
Oh, casting. I'll take that.
Oh, you get.
Yeah, no need for a reroll on that one.
All right, so you
6
connect.
points for the full powered thing.
You connect with a big empty void. The
Well,
most
figured as much.
terrifying, like emptiness and lack of spirits. You feel cut off from every spirit, even your own like summons at the point.
Wow.
And Mary
just curls up.
and Mary Arkham disappears in front of everybody else's eyes.
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
I'm moving my head around like, what'd you do?
Wait a minute, what'd you do with our little girl?
Yeah, I'm suspicious.
Because, I mean, she was in the mind blink. Did I feel anything like
It just is gone. Like it just
divinely?
yeah, it's just
Like,
like it's like
probably-
it was like a phone click like hung up in your
Oh.
brain.
Like you probably felt her go through the mental motions of divination,
And then it was
Yeah,
just,
and then
then
just-
it was just like this snap of like
so I assume Garfield just sort of like collapses, and Mumsy just stands there.
Stands there.
yeah.
So am I dead?
No, you don't.
I'm curious. No.
Am I dead?
So your divination can last up to like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was great.
I would. Yeah, Our friend is gone. She's.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
Dr. Johns, have you seen that before and haven't told me? This is Percy talking like to this scientist right here. Like, what? And he looks up, like you can't really see his face through this clean suit, bro. It's fogged up a little bit, and he's like, "Have you seen people just disappear out of thin air without burning up into a crisp before? And you haven't told me? We haven't seen anything like that. No, that's a new one. Maybe these guys should get the heck out of here and stop messing around with things that they don't understand."
Maybe you're right.
Maybe you're right, but it doesn't seem like they understand it either. Like.
I mean, you guys know I was doing a
And
divination.
Well, yeah, we
so
would
he
know
cut-
you're doing a divination.
So
but like.
Yeah. So this scientist comes up to you and is like, "All right, let me tell you something. I've been spending a lot of time down here, and I've got a lot of things figured out here. This device right here is using entangled neutrinos and strange axioms to harness energy, which we would call dark energy. We believe what this dark energy is released from parallel dimensions. We're thinking 1 or 2 sub quantums away from our own. The government here was looking for a endless, infinite supply of energy, and they were working on this machine down here. This thing has been functioning perfectly fine for hundreds of years. But mining in the area has disrupted the what's the word I'm looking for? Resonance of the mountain, and so the waves are not bouncing back properly to contain it. And I'll let you know that Percy's mine was not the initial cause of this, although it certainly hasn't helped us digging over here to investigate. But this problem was started decades ago by one of the other mining companies without their knowledge. We're currently trying to understand how the containment system works so that we can find some potential other way to contain the energies coming out from the other dimensions through this device, which is proving hard to do with the removal of so many minerals from the mountain around us.
Fletcher's just kind of like, he doesn't understand anything that guy's saying, so he's just going to be like he's walking sort of like the wall, you know, just kind of slowly going around, kind of looking. He understood containment. But what the hell is a neutrino?
As long as we all aren't trying to summon more stuff here, you're just trying to contain it, I suppose that's all we could ask for, and we certainly can ask back to the Tomorrow Legion for somebody with a little bit more knowledge than we have, in this specific area at least. And I think for now, we need to find our way to get our little girl back. And if that involves getting out of your hair, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that is a new one. Definitely have not seen that before. Then he looks over towards Spike. Though I think I have seen that before. You might want to get your friend out of here.
I wave enthusiastically.
I have. Has he been feeling ill or anything lately? Is fallen victim to the plague that's affected several residents up top?
Yeah, I had like purple spots and stuff. If you recall, I said that.
Yeah.
Purple blotches showing up on my.
Are you feeling a bit warm?
Yeah, you nailed it, buddy.
Yeah, you might want to step a little bit farther away from the machine.
That's good advice for all of us.
I start slowly walking away,
and your arm starts on fire.
My arm.
I'm gonna have you make a. What do you want to do about that?
Curious if going intangible would solve that problem.
It may cause other problems.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Stop, drop, and roll is a possibility.
Let's see. Well, first I'm gonna go yell, I'm on fire, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna try going intangible. See if that fixes it.
All right, make your spell casting.
Okay.
Or psionics for you, yeah.
Yeah, your psionics, whatever. Your arcane skill roll. All right, you go intangible a lot, and Spike completely disappears in front of all of you. Mary, you're in a floating in a complete like black vacuum of nothing. Although there feels like there's air that you're breathing.
Mary is curled up,
and Spike just appears in front of you.
Oh, hey, girl, what are you doing? I'm on fire! And then, do I look? Am I still on fire?
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt anymore.
Is it spreading?
No.
Huh.
It's slowly getting smaller, but there's zero pain.
I'm on fire! See?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Thank you for being here.
I wondered if going intangible was sent
I would run to the place where he disappeared, and then I would look accusingly at everyone in the room that's not part of our team.
Yeah, because we had no idea you were going intangible, I assume.
Is my mind
We
link?
saw you start on fire, and then you would have disappeared.
You can start a new one with Mary.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't sure if it was gonna work with her though, where we're at, but it does.
Yeah, it works.
Okay.
So you're running around looking accusing everybody. So
No, I'm not running around. I just go to where he is. But once I get to where he disappeared, I like look at everyone, trying to see if any of them had to do anything to do with it. You know, like
Right.
Fletcher is really suspicious of these dudes now.
Well, these two guards like back up over here, and they seem to like grip their pistols a little tighter, and they're just looking at, you know, like kind of shake their head like no, I didn't. Like
We're just the guards here. We didn't.
they
do
look as
anything.
confused as you are.
Fletcher at least sort of trusts the toilet guy. Like he's at least not betrayed us. So he'll at least nod at them like, okay, you know, I'm not looking at you right now. But he's kind of like, I mean, the scientists are the one pushing all the buttons, so he's really I don't know how we get them back.
I gotta say, my first time leading this group has not been a complete success. We've already lost 2 people, and we can't even get out of this room correctly. I'm afraid we'll lose another one of us. Back out slowly. Back out slowly.
So, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And then, Fletcher's, you still exalted presence sensing and like detecting all the arcane in it?
How long would that have been?
This has probably been several minutes back and forth. Probably 3.
Probably not. I probably would have dropped it after about 30 seconds. So.
All right.
But if something sort of weird triggers my supernatural notice, then I would probably.
Like your friends disappearing.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, yeah. I would do exalted because my friends disappeared.
Yeah.
That's
So
a good
yeah,
call.
you don't detect them at all with that. But as you're kind of like leaving and looking around, Percy goes up to the machine and he puts his hands up in the air. You can't see that he's closing his eyes, but he's closing his eyes, and he's doing some psionics, which is interesting because you didn't detect any psionics from him.
No.
Ooh, I wonder if he's got concealed. I would say, what did you do to our friend, and what are you doing now?
Well, hopefully they'll bring him back. Let me concentrate. Jeez, fucking suspicious much?
It is a flaw.
And Fletcher would just very plainly nod. Yes. Mm-hmm. He would understand the word suspicious. Ooh, raise.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Mary is still curled up in a ball.
Go over the ball. You're in different places than when you disappeared. And if you feel, the both of you feel like you've been in that dark room for like a week.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you all make spirit checks to see if you suffer any sort of temporary insanity from it.
We tried playing I Spy, but it didn't last very long. I Spy with my little eye, something against the V. Void? Yeah, every time, you know.
Yeah.
I Spy within Mary's like, I Spy
Since
with
it's
my
been a
little
week,
eye,
since it's been a
something
week,
that's green.
it's probably spirit -2 for
Okay.
how long you've been in this dark void with just the two of you.
Is my so the dragon drink was only supposed to last a week. Does that is that
well,
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
it's finally like sobered up at
It
least.
is gone, which is interesting because you would have died without sunlight by now normally. But like, nobody's been hungry or thirsty or anything.
Huh. What are we making?
out of cu-
Spirit
out
check
of
at -2.
curiosity,
-2.
feels,
Go for it, Mary. What are you saying?
I was going to ask, did it feel anything at all like being in being anywhere near a ley line?
No.
Because it's just a massive.
I'm gonna try not being in.
You probably were thinking this is what being dead is actually like.
No, of course, because that I shouldn't have fought the dice. Instead of fucking dead. We'll go insane.
All right.
What should we
I'm
roll on? Should we just roll on the death and defeat table to see what he gets?
Who will know?
No, let's see. We need it. You now have a major phobia of the dark.
Oh, good.
Oh my god.
This will be fun going back through this case.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it
I
can
would
it can likely affect
Mary
you.
and make sure that she's okay, and
I knew
then
it.
run over
I
to
knew it.
Spike too.
Can I have reappeared in this tree?
Sure, why not? You're like half in the water, or in the tree.
Yeah, I'm in this tree. I'm like, "Ah!"
Yeah, sure.
and I'm just like, oh, the dark, oh, the dark, oh, the dark, oh, the dark, oh, the dark.
So Fletcher's checking on Mary.
And Mary's like,
Are you yelling through the mind meld? Oh, the dark.
a little, yeah. And Mary's like, "He's been saying
Well,
that for
actually,
three
you're probably too. The mind link would have dropped
yeah.
when you came back, and you probably haven't thought to put
Yeah,
that
probably
in.
not. I'm just
Sure,
rocking back and forth on this branch.
I would look over at Percy, and although I don't trust him, I would say thank you. I'm loyal to my friends, and he brought him back.
And we will gladly get out of your way now.
There are no spirits here.
That's what she finds. The first thing she said. She's come back and she was quiet for like almost a minute. Probably didn't say anything. And then the first thing is, there aren't any spirits here.
I already got over my freak out like 5 days ago. I am hugging Fletcher though.
Whereas I was
Yeah,
getting,
I would like if you're like scared, Fletcher would like like pick you up under one of his arms, like be like,
Me?
it's okay.
well, I
Both of
figured
you,
out
honestly, if you both like, he would
figured
check on Mary first because she's closest, but then she'd check on Spike. He'd check on Spike. If you guys need to be carried, he would carry you both.
Well, I'm in this tree, so I figure I like fall out. You catch me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll kind of come around and.
Because I'm like rocking back and forth, and eventually I'll just like fall.
So
Since they come back, does it look like they have anything different with them arcane wise? Since I've still got a little bit of exalted.
The fact that they have 0 ISP.
I was gonna say, did anything happen with my ISP? So all of it's
Drained completely.
Damn. Okay.
ISP and PPE, or just ISP?
Both of it. All the power points.
Both.
Are gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was no connection.
I would
to
say
any
you
sort of
guys
life
seem
force.
tired. So
I need some. I guess as soon as you like catch me, I'm gonna mind link and be like, I need to get me some of that big ball in the sky.
Big ball in the sky. So he's gonna have to carry Garfield out of here because Mary doesn't have any ISP to like, or a PPE.
Oh, sure, to bring him back, to bring him up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, she could probably have the mummy carry him.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
That will work. Well, thanks. If Percy says it, thanks for checking out the Garden of Eden. It's not that much of a paradise, I understand.
Out of curiosity, during the week there, was I able to like learn anything about where the hell I was?
No, because there's like
There was nothing.
even when you would speak, it was super creepy because there was not even the hint of reverberation off anything. Like,
Oh wow.
like, which normally wouldn't even notice that there's no reverb, but there when you would say something out loud, it just would feel like it was just getting sucked up in the darkness.
So did our ISP drain like immediately,
Or was it a gradual thing?
or was it gradual? Yeah.
You couldn't really tell because you couldn't really. You probably tried to use some powers and then it didn't work.
Okay.
You didn't feel like you didn't have any power, but just nothing seemed to work.
Because I may not have even been able to establish a mind link with her then.
That seemed to work.
That did. Okay.
Without
Well, that is an innate ability for you. So like,
Yeah, but who knows what the rules are of this place? So.
sure, true.
But interesting. That did work.
Well, we'll have to send some guys back, but we're definitely gonna tell the bartender.
Yep.
Yeah, they definitely need a rifter here.
Now,
They need.
At least because they know the energies that is happening. At least something similar.
we have one other idea that might help. but you'll have to head on farther down the road to the west.
We're Team Smashy. This isn't our job.
I know. And yes, you'll have to find my ex-wife.
Of course.
What?
Of course.
Marital strife is always the core of all of these problems.
She will not answer my telegraphs.
She must know about this Eden space as well, I assume.
Yeah, I don't know if she knows about this place, but she would have. There's a good chance she would have some idea how to do this. You don't. If you think heading back east and sending some different team out here to help with this is a better idea, and I ain't gonna tell you what to do. But maybe you can talk to her. Any guys that I send, she immediately knows. And
why not both?
Yeah, we'll not talk to them.
Why not Zoidberg?
Why not Zoidberg? Just a thought.
We send help, and wait, I would say both. I would just say both. Understanding the basics, I would say both.
If you can find somebody that can help out with this, I might be able to help you out with something else that you've been looking for. I'm not going to go into more detail about it, but and one of the other reasons you guys came out here, I might be able to help you with.
How non-committal of you. Very good.
Would you have mentioned that you're afraid of the dark through the mind link right now?
He probably doesn't even know.
No.
Oh, no.
I'm like, you know.
Oh yeah. So I'm assuming you're just wherever my token is.
I'm not really talking much. I'm just like, I need that big ball in the sky.
Mary calls. Sorry for thinking you were the bad guy.
Not to say he's a good guy though, but
he's pragmatic.
He did save us.
Yeah.
I would through the. Are you still at least maintaining the psychic switchboard, Spike?
Yeah, I think that requires a minimal effort. So, like I said, I think you'd have to probably remind me, and I'd be like, oh.
You probably can't do like a switchboard. You could probably talk to one person at a time.
Sure.
Okay.
Talk.
Well, I would ask you to ask Midnight if it's okay if we leave some of this gold and silver for these guys.
You could just put it back where it was.
Well, but that wasn't their mine. That was a different mine. It was an abandoned mine.
No, it was their mine, wasn't it?
I think it was the other mine.
This,
we had to
you
go
believe
through
was the Percy's, the ninja mine.
The gold would be okay.
Yeah.
I would just sort of I would sort of pull out the bag and open it and say, I think this is yours, or I think yours, kept for safekeeping. Hide better next time.
Take it. I don't really need it. Take at least, or just take some for yourself. Leave the rest.
I would take this some for us and then just give it to the guy in the bathroom and say, sorry for scaring.
Thanks.
And I would just sort of shrug like, yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. You're okay in my book.
Yeah, you might want to teach that one some manners. Any kind of waves.
He's younger than me.
He's a youngin', but he'll learn.
And he's like, he thinks you're joking, but he's also like, no. That's a good one.
Yeah, and being suspicious and not really wanting to give up the ghost on that, I would say, out of towner. like I'm an out of towner. You can very clearly see that I can't much.
He's a DB. That's what they think.
Alrighty then. So,
We're at least going to head back out right now.
as long as
probably.
somebody's putting out some light, Spike will only be mildly terrified of being in there and start having flashbacks of being in the void as you.
Yeah.
And I would try to cast Dark Sight on him.
What would that do?
Just so he doesn't, if for no other reason than as a panacea, like I don't know, Fletcher doesn't know if it's gonna work.
After you kind of figure it out what's going on while he's being freaking out,
and Fletcher's just gonna do it without really even being asked. He's just kind of like,
I presume you mean
dark. Okay, well,
I presume you mean Kibo and not Panacea. But.
Yeah. Which you've already got low light vision, so it just gives you low light vision. So it doesn't really actually help you, but
sure,
it makes Fletcher feel better.
Yeah, so it doesn't really help at all.
I appreciate that he cared.
Yeah.
He's loyal, man. You knocked yourself out healing him as far as he's concerned. He doesn't know that you were trying to heal your disease when you backlashed yourself. He thinks that he woke up and saw you pass out.
Right.
So, totally under the impression that you were essentially engaging in personal sacrifice to help him. So he's not going to let any harm come.
Yeah.
You've got a dragon bodyguard.
On you, not while I'm around.
Oh yeah, man, Angela Lansbury.
Oh yeah, man.
So evil.
So by the time you make it back to the surface, you can start to see the thin line of glow in the east. The sun will be coming up soon, in the next hour or so.
Once we're outside, it seems like Spike has been, at least for the time being, cured of his infection of the disease, right?
At the moment, yeah.
At the moment, I would tell everyone that they should rest, and I'll keep watch. I don't need to sleep, but the meat bags totally need to sleep.
Yeah.
Or not necessarily meat bags. We'll call them squishies.
You try to. Obviously, when you come right out of the mine, there's one half asleep guard, and then one is fully asleep. Outside the other mine.
Oh, because sure.
And one is sees you coming down, and he just have a nice morning.
What a disaster that was.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, one of you could have died.
Right. That could have been pretty bad.
We had 2 near deaths during this.
So we've got no more of that gold, but that's okay.
I thought whatever.
You gave your share to the bathroom.
Yeah, it's I left. He said take some for yourself, but I gave the stuff that he said take for yourself to the bathroom guard. Fletcher feels bad about that.
Okay.
He doesn't know, and he feels bad. He's not.
We're really unsecure, us humans.
Well, it's Fletcher is minor ruthless, so I kind of am trapping that as ruthless efficiency. He generally just point A to point B, shortest distance. So he's very direct in his actions.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys want to, he would say once everyone's out, he would say, if you guys need to take a few hours of rest, I'll stay awake. No one will harm you. Which I'm guessing if I'm on watch, I probably can't rest enough to recover, but that's okay.
Do we have any way to communicate with
Tomorrow Legion?
Yeah. No, not without. There's not even any ley lines that could use magical communication at this point that would go that far.
Not that I think any of us know how to do that.
Yeah. You could find a wizard. You're probably not going to find.
I mean, realistically, the only thing that us magic users could do is maybe try to screw with a rift, but we can't do the whole community.
Yeah. That's just, if you could
Right.
even find a nexus point out here anywhere.
Yeah, and we
Yeah,
probably
And one that actually
And
has
one
a
that
rift currently operating. Pretty hard
Seeing
to just
that
open
that
one
is
from
out.
scratch.
I guess
yeah,
we'll
because
be
that's
going to the other place, Black Mountain or whatever.
Black Mountain.
the other mine.
Oh, hey, I remember the name. Huh.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
So yeah, I guess how long how long should we rest? I would ask the boss. You know, how long should we rest, boss?
Well, I feel like we ought to find an inn probably and get some real rest. It's been a whirlwind day.
We should probably talk to the barkeep. Dylan.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
probably a good call. At least let the barkeep know that it's not Percy, as far as we know.
He's not, or at least
Absolutely.
he's not trying to do it or anything. He's trying to stop it. This is something that would have happened even without him.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're actually going to rest, then I would probably rest with you guys.
Yeah, go into town and sleep there instead.
I
Yeah.
think so. I think
All
so.
So yeah, it'll probably be like 8 some in the morning by the time you get into town.
So I definitely figure out I'm scared of the dark though on this trip back.
Yeah, yeah, you're not a fan of it at all anymore. So when it's dark enough that your low light vision has to come into play to help out, and that's even if you had like flashlight and stuff, because it doesn't light everything up enough.
Right.
Because it's dark behind you. You would need like a daylight spell around you.
Yeah,
or
that's something
something
bright enough that it would go pretty far. Because even if like it's near you, like maybe 20 feet from you is lit up pretty well, there's still pure darkness beyond that probably somewhere, and you know there's something lurking out there to get you.
Or worse,
Right.
in the void.
So you're happy that the sun's now like more up too, so because it was still fairly dark when you came out of the cave. Out of the mine shaft.
When we went back through the Tommyknocker area, I would pick up the wrecking bar and utility pick that I dropped there.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to leave any evidence of our passage. Other than, dead Tommyknockers.
Dead Tommyknockers. There were a few dead guards wearing the same outfits as the toilet guy were in that pile, if you recall.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
but they didn't have anything that was salvageable. They were pretty much just rent and riven.
Yeah.
I mean, they essentially disemboweled Fletcher, because you had mentioned we forgot to roll injuries because that was probably mega damage claws. So behind the scenes, I rolled, and one of them was a leg. The first was a leg injury, and the second was a guts injury.
You got ripped open pretty good, but natural healing, super fast regeneration.
Exactly. Yeah. The regeneration would have saved it, but there's still probably like a big gash on the belly and the leg of the armor somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Might need to get that patched up at some point.
Yeah.
So you rest. I don't know how long you're gonna stay, or just stay the whole day and rest and try to do not much. Maybe that night go talk to the club guy.
I think so.
Yeah.
That way we can start
I need at
traveling
least
early
4
the
hours
next
to get
morning.
back. So yeah.
And go talk to Jacoby.
I'm going to try to recast my zombie upon Garfield. Alright.
Yeah.
Once I rest up and get some healing. Spell casting. Free reroll.
Success.
God fucking damn it.
Hoping for a raise.
Am I going to spend a Benny on this? Yeah,
It's up to you.
I want
The
that.
Benny does not give you an extra reroll though. So the Benny is just
No,
a
it does
reroll.
not.
Yeah, you already used your free reroll.
God damn it.
Oh,
Great, I have to figure out which thing. I'm guessing strength was the thing I upgraded back when I first got him. Because I doubt lions have a D12 match. or a D.
Probably
They
not.
probably have a D10 strength because one from my Master Necromancer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that needs to come down then.
Yep.
That night at Jacoby's, he's like, well, you have a good time up there? Well, let's go talk in the back here. We don't need to share with these. They're having too much fun out here anyway. Not that they would probably notice, but...
Yeah, I can't say what we had was fun, but it was illuminating.
Illuminating, huh? Well, that's a good thing
Well,
when
we
you're
saw the void.
down in a mine to be illuminated.
Well, we ran into Mr. Percy Rich down at the center of the mine.
And you kicked his ass, right?
Well, no. We discovered something rather strange there. I don't know quite how to explain it. But there were otherworldly, other dimensionally energies swirling all about, and he seemed to have some, at least slight understanding of it. But he said that's what's causing the sickness, and showed us that it existed way before he built his mine here.
You believe that shit? That's what he tried to tell us a month ago. No.
Oh no, that energy was definitely other dimensional, and that was definitely pre-Rift tech.
Two of our friends disappeared on the spot, let me tell you. It was not something to be trifled with.
And then he says something that sounds like some sort of like shocked curse word thing in some other language you don't understand.
I do because I speak languages.
It's like all of them.
Oh, God.
Well, he said, basically like, well, fucking A.
And I would respond with the exact same words, like fucking A.
He said
he's like,
his ex-wife might be able to help. Sure, why?
Really?
He's willing to actually, if he's willing to ask for help from his ex-wife, that probably means it's bad.
You seem to think she might know something about it.
Yeah, you could say that. Knowing the stories I heard, she might. If his stories were true and there's some old machine down there causing all this, there's a good chance his ex-wife helped build the damn thing.
What?
Well, if that's crazy. I would say it seems like it was built long ago by some army of a United States.
Yeah, if you believe the stories,
Yeah.
his ex-wife, did a little time jumping around, popped out of a rift, hundreds of years in the future. If that's the stories.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Or she was in the void.
Yeah. She was in the void for like 200 years, which turned into like
thousands of years,
12 millennia.
Probably that time dilation difference. Yeah, she probably would have been a lot more insane if she'd been in there too. I don't know. You have to actually meet her to find out for sure.
Yeah, she sounds like at least the next person we ought to talk to about all this. I can't figure out how to stop it, and people are going to keep getting sick until we figure out a way. She
Do
knows
not try to break it. Mary just shouts at you.
I would ask the bartender. I would say, since I got the raise on the speak languages, I can actually speak pretty well. I would say, you seem to be a person who knows people and has connections. Could you make contact with the Tomorrow Legion for us to get some assistance? It's a long distance, and we can't send a carrier pigeon. Or whatever's the relevant term for a carrier pigeon. We can't send a courier drone.
Well, suppose there's a way.
Like a rifter would at least know what the energy.
I'm not sure you want to get involved with them, but they ain't cheap.
We certainly don't have-
all I can do is ask you now, but you're probably gonna need minimum 50,000 credits, preferably black market credits, something
Yeah, I know
untraceable.
Yeah, I don't think we've got that.
Yeah, I think I have 0 right now. Yeah, I have 0.
I have 0. I kind of just left Fletcher's empty because
50,000 credits?
Anyway.
Yes. 50,000 black market credits? No.
Well, I'm assuming you got standard coalition credits, probably.
Yeah. Mary just sort of groaned at that.
Coalition credits.
That's what we
I'm working for the money.
Well,
yeah,
how much?
I've got the wealth. So when you put in the wealth system, you lose your credits.
It
Right.
actually shuts it off.
We've got a D8 wealth, but I don't
Yeah.
know what that.
You could turn that
It's
off if you want
relevant.
to see how much you had, if you remember. Hopefully
I didn't. Since I've been away, I just assumed I had spent it.
Okay.
Fletcher's not really like an individual who needs money, so
Sure.
he probably doesn't have any concept of keeping it.
Well,
you know?
he
So-
does ask how much you do have in coalition credits.
Yeah.
Do you have? How much do you have?
I have the strangest feeling I might have I might have missed something, because according to this, I have 192,000.
You probably forgot to take off the last one, but
I probably forgot about.
whatever the
Minus
last
the
thing
one
was that you
thing.
created. But like, you guys got like 165 for vampires.
Oh, then yeah, no, because that didn't actually cost all that.
Here,
much.
I actually kept track of everything that everyone's gained, or everyone who's been in every session. So
If we got 165,000 from that, then yeah, I definitely correct. That.
And you might actually. Yeah, if you've got, 80 to 100,000 credits, this might actually work out.
okay, so everyone overall, as far as the people who've been in, so the 3 who haven't been GMs, should have had a total of 265,000 cumulatively each.
Yeah, whatever you haven't.
Now
spent at this
I know
point.
Mary spent a lot on devices, and Spike hasn't had all of that money.
Right. It's been around.
Yeah,
So I don't know what it is
Um,
beyond that.
I definitely minused for making the mummy, and
Okay.
I've only bought 2 things basically the entire 2 big things, big-ish. That was
You
the
bought
mummy
spot. What else did you buy?
and the trailer for my ATV.
Okay.
Let's see
That's
what
pretty
that
much
is.
all I've used money on the entire time.
I believe the only thing I've bought is a 10-gallon
About the
hat
lightning rifle.
10-gallon hat.
after my initial weapons purchases.
Yep. Okay then. Well, I don't see any reason that your numbers would be off then at this point. So.
So it actually do maybe enough money, because this is kind of very serious. Like, not just this town if something goes wrong, serious.
Right.
All right. So Jacoby was like, well, if you got some, probably convert it for you. It's about I can convert 100,000 coalition credits to 65,000 black market credits.
Yeah,
I might be able to do better for you, but that's probably what you're
I
likely
can
to
do that.
That sounds fair.
All right. Well, let me make a couple calls here. You're gonna have to keep this kind of on the DL, all right? That's the download.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
Don't tell anybody about any of this. Any of this. What's the money changing going on here right now? Okay. Or that I know anybody that can
Absolutely.
do it.
Haven't heard a thing and wouldn't even know where to start asking.
All right. So he twists some little. So you see him kind of pull back some fur above his right ear, and he looks like he twists a knob or something in there, and then he closes his eyes, kind of just zones out for a bit.
If we've had to talk for more than 10, let me know if we've had to talk for more than 10 minutes, and I'll start.
Not yet. We're only a couple minutes
Okay.
in. He comes back out about 30 seconds. Like, 75 it is. So if you can just slip your card in here.
All right.
Alrighty.
So who's sticking their card in there?
I'll pay for it.
Mary.
I can do it, Mary. I'm in charge. I got the credit.
Yes, but I'm the accountant.
All right, little lady. All right, you're right. I don't want to step on your toes.
Alright.
Because none of you want to do the paperwork.
Alright. So you stick your card in there, and it
That was 100,000, right?
takes 100,000 out, and then he
All right, just minus the 1.
and then he pulls out a completely black card with no identifying marks on it
Ooh.
at all. Hands it over to you. He shows you the little pad that he's got there, confirming that there's 75,000 black market credits on there.
All right.
He's an
I have
American.
no idea where I got this, but I'm sure it is you.
So if you like, I can get you in contact with someone from Occulta. I think that's what they're called. I'm not recalling the exact name.
Occult's a cool name now.
Let's find out here. If that's the right one or not. So, let's go into my RPG folder. I've got this written down somewhere. Documents. Down this folder. That folder. Open up that PDF.
No, who's my little... Oh, who's a good girl? You're a good girl. Do your stuff. Do your stuff.
As long as not eating more cables, I'm good to go.
yeah, and not eating mushrooms either.
Right.
It's been really wet here, so there's mushrooms in the yard, and she's really wanting to eat those. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. Do you need a pee? No? You just want to wander out here and be cute? Okay. Well, we'll wander around a little bit.
I think I had the wrong one. Page 37. That's
Good girl.
This is a shorter book.
Good girl. Yeah, there's no big fireworks going off right now. Yeah. Good girl.
So now Ace, he says he might be able to get you in contact. Now that you've got something that they probably will take, get you in contact with somebody from the immaterial hand.
Ooh, the immaterial hand. That's cool name.
And I don't think any of them are in town here. You might have to go all the way to Arnzo. But I could probably get some communication through to meet you wherever you're going. Or have them come here eventually. But it shouldn't take too long.
Could you just send the message for us?
Sure, I could get a message to them, and they can get it wherever it's going.
I think that's probably the best, so we don't have to really. I mean, I still don't. I'm suspicious of everyone, but this bartender has been pretty much spot on with everything that they have said. So
I mean, that, and we're actively trying to help him.
All right. Well, then I guess I will. I'll just take that card of yours back.
All right.
And I'll use that as payment for him.
I mean, if this thing goes wrong, like, just everywhere, if this thing goes nuclear or something like that, it's going to be everywhere.
Yeah,
Right.
everything would not be.
Yeah, but
would be-
a lot more of the dimension than what's contained in that room gets out.
That fucking Demigorgon, man. It's gonna come.
Yeah, that's going to be. Wouldn't that just create an entire new rift? Only less rift and more just.
And the next thing you know, boom, mind flayers everywhere.
Mind flayers everywhere.
No, thank you.
Okay. I'll get her taken care of.
Because our message is just basically for the Tomorrow Legion to send some shifters and/or ley line walkers and/or techno wizards to help out with this.
And I mean, gee whiz.
I mean, what, like, do we have, like, a scale of badness happening?
You can only guess this.
Like,
it could be as small as
potentially
just destroying this entire town. It could be like bigger than that. It could release.
best case scenario, bad things happening, it's the town. Worst case scenario, the New West.
Goes away.
Yeah.
Probably not. Nothing that big, but
No, probably not that big. Might get to here, though. But a very large chunk of another large chunk of America ceases to be and is replaced by other dimensional things. This is bad.
well, he asks you, and he's really being sincere here. Are you sure you think you've got people that could help out with this thing?
We can always ask.
Okay. How much do you think we trust this guy? Like how being suspicious, how much do you think I would trust this person?
He hasn't given you any. I mean, he's got secrets. Clearly.
He did save us for he could have not saved us, and we would have not known that he could.
Oh, that's
He volunteered that.
No. That's the price guy. I'm thinking the bartender.
Oh, the bartender.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the wolf-looking guy.
Who is it? It
Jacoby.
is Jacoby. Yeah.
Jacoby.
I trust. I mean, he helped us get into the mine.
He's probably the central figure in the black market of the area, but
Yeah. So inherently, there's a little distrust.
We're in
there,
Jacoby's back room too, right?
Yeah.
I would say you have been helpful, and I want you to be a friend and an ally. And then I'm gonna shapeshift into a smaller version of the dragon, or I'm gonna shapeshift into a different I'm gonna shapeshift into a neon boy, but without obviously the cybernetics. And I'm going to say they send dragons on missions like this. Imagine what they will send if there's a reason,
Ooh, I like it.
That's an actual good point.
Yeah. They sent dragons out here just to check. Imagine what they'll send if there's an actual problem. I think is maybe the best way to describe it.
Potential dimensional infringement.
And then I would sort of like follow up with sort of an addendum, like, yeah, it's a little bit too big to take my natural. It's a little bit too tight quarters in here to take my natural form. You'll forgive me.
Okay. Well. So,
And that's sort of a big thing for Fletcher because he doesn't really want anybody to know.
I see. That's why you're.
He's like, fair enough. I got no reason to distrust you at this point.
Plus, it's our money.
Yeah. So curious then, if since we can get this message to your folks back in the Legion, are you still planning to head to Black Mountain and talk to Percy's ex? See if she can help?
Yeah, I figure if we can help on multiple fronts, we ought to try.
All right. Well, if you're going that way, I've got some it's a bit of a little bit of a side detour from this, but
I think I'd be very willing to help you, friend. You've been quite willing to help us, shown us a lot of kindness as strangers in this town.
this could be a good chunk of a coin for both me and yourselves, or the Legion if you decide that's where you want to use your share. I've been hearing rumors about a new possible location of where Montezuma's treasure is located. and it's
City of Gold.
and
Oh,
it's
I love gold.
and it's not far from Black Mountain. So,
Where are we again?
We're in Durango, New Durango.
Which is roughly where in America right now?
Southwest corner of Colorado.
Colorado. Oh, Montezuma's treasure hunter.
Here, I'll look at a USA map to see what's close.
There's dimensional.
I think it is actually Durango,
Durango, yeah, I think
Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, I mean, it's on New Chicago, isn't it?
But it's at the Four Corners, dude.
Yeah.
It's at the Four Corners.
Chicago, so.
Some historians have dug up some info to suggest that Montezuma's treasure was why they never found the city, is they tore it up and shipped it up elsewhere, and some of the
Mesa Verde, man.
Yeah,
Mesa Verde, just east or west, I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool.
Possibly in that area. So, and there's been some of the prospectors out there have found some interesting things. Nothing conclusive yet, but I'd like to know a little bit more. So, he hands you a data pad with all the info that he's got managed to collect so far on it, and says if you can happen to locate the treasure, we split that 50-50. I've got all the data. You find it, bring it back. Seems fair to me.
And if it's trapped with some ancient curse or is just some ancient monster, then we are definitely the person to actually look for it.
Yeah, and if it's guarded by some giant beast, or it just happens to be a beast and it's all an elaborate ruse and a trap, then, it's probably good that you guys put it in the ground.
And that's something
Won't be
I
our first time.
to do. No.
I think you got a deal, friend.
All right. Look at that. It's just like fate lines everything up. You're heading that way for one reason. There's another reason out there. I have a good feeling about this, my new friends. I think we're all going to be rolling in some dough here really soon. And we're going to save this town. I won't have to move my entire operation to Black Mountain. But, if you're heading that way, I need to check on my how things are going with the construction of my new club out at Black Mountain, so maybe I'll join you. I need to head that way.
Alrighty. We can always use an extra pair of hands.
I ain't much in a fight myself, so I'm very good at keeping my head down and disappearing.
No, but you're good at talking, and we aren't.
Oh, this is true. I do excel at that. And this American languages ain't even my native language. So
I would ask him, would you care to converse in your native language?
Yeah, I need to.
And then he would sort of follow up with, I myself find it difficult to find others with the ability to speak with me.
It's like, at this point, I haven't found much use of my native tongue. Very, very few of us that I've seen out here. I've heard there's more up north. The weather's probably more suited for our kind, but this is where I am. And
you speak the American like a native.
In my line of work, you better know what the heck you're saying coming out of your mouth.
I would shift back into my human form after kind of the conversation.
Right. Well, I will meet you. I need some things to wrap up here. Tomorrow, say about 10 a.m. we head out.
I think that sounds like a plan. We need some rest tonight.
Yeah,
even though we got rest earlier.
at least we have a nice, fairly well-traveled road to take. So shouldn't run into too much problem while we're out there. Anything else you guys want to do or ask at this point?
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, am I, nope, I can't think of anything. Sorry.
I mean, if we have like an extra day, Fletcher would maybe go like at some point in time, like out of town or out of the way, he would shapeshift into a child form, and he would go visit one of the orphanages because he's been reading Louis L'Amour books. And orphans are always the people that end up attached to, the gunslingers. So, or they're, the person that the gunslinger has to go to find. So he's just going to go see if there's an orphanage and talk to the orphans for a little while.
He also figures there's at least a tiny % chance that the orphan is magical of some kind.
You already got one.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's Harry Potter, dude.
You already have a magical orphan. There's a magical orphan in your group right now.
Fair point.
My parents are.
And, considering that, Fletcher would ask Mary if she wants to come along, meet up with some other children.
No.
And she probably says no.
No, they're alive. Because they're alive.
They're alive.
Are any of them dead?
You know what? Yeah. Fletcher would maybe try to do divination if it seemed like it was, in Skyrim, there's Greta the Kind, who is a orphanage woman who essentially abuses her.
Yeah.
But no, if they seem like they're okay orphans, you just kind of just spend some time being a child around other children.
Well, it's definitely weird for you because the only two orphans they have in town are some really like weird, disgusting, like slug-like creatures. And they just make a mess. They got like a little playpen thing.
Leave a slime trail.
It's like a big giant. It's like a hot tub or something. It's just to keep the mess.
Oh my god, that's awful and hilarious.
Yeah, and they speak, but their language is.
Yeah, I would use speak languages enough to speak with them. Because I know I'm going to be able to rest at night.
They're actually not that super intelligent because most are just saying, like, scoot, 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 roll over. I'm hungry.
Scoot. What do you want to eat? And I try to get them food if I could, and if I can't, I would apologize and still play it.
They just say food. They don't know what it is. Yeah, so looks like when you see they get fed, they eat like moss, basically.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like
some disgusting
space. Fletcher would not be disgusted at all because he doesn't eat anything.
Yeah, it's like moss,
unless he chooses to.
And bits of like shrubs and stuff that grow in the desert that they've kind of mixed together, and it looks like rotted, like compost almost. They love it though.
Do you eat the moss?
I would try. I mean, if they offered it, I would try some. But I'm guessing that since they're orphan children who don't get probably much to eat, they're not gonna share.
Oh well, sure.
No.
And Fletcher knows at least enough not to ask. He's not very considerate, but he's at least that considerate because he doesn't have to eat. He knows, like he's traveled with you guys enough who have to eat that he's like, hey, good. I'm glad it tastes good.
Well, the orphanage lady working there is, happy you came by and played with the kids. That's something they don't get to experience very often, But yeah, you'll kind of start to notice this more after you've kind of left the orphanage, that there's just doesn't matter what form you try to take. There's bits of you that on your skin or scales or whatever form you're in that's just a little sticky, and it won't come off.
That's great.
Okay. That's funny because we're roughhousing and being kids.
Yeah.
And now
Fletcher wouldn't be disgusted, but he would be very curious as to why.
It's just like barely sticky, like
it's like your hand. It's like when your palms are sweaty and then they dry off.
A little bit like that, or like maybe like when you peel a sticker off the plastic.
Oh,
that backing, and there's still a little bit of residue of stickiness left on it. It's just like a little bit of that. It's like it's barely there, but it's noticeable.
It'll gradually go away, but that'll take days.
Yeah. I mean, again, Fletcher's curious, so I mean, he's definitely testing it.
Maybe
how much sticky will this be? And so the other members of the party would probably see him putting like smashing his hand down on a book and then dropping the lower hand and seeing how long the book stuck to his
barely
upper hand.
it almost doesn't. It's more like it feels like it, but doesn't have actually that much stickiness to it.
Cool. Okay.
Like it's more of a feeling.
You'd be doing weird. You'd be doing weird stuff.
It's so thin it doesn't really stick to anything.
And Fletcher, now you know a new form that you can take, that of slug.
A little slime baby.
I'm sure that will come in super handy.
Yeah, they were only like 2.5 feet long, and they had little short arms, and that barely could grab anything. And
Oh, so they're hutlings.
Yeah, little short arms, little short legs. That looked more like they were good for swimming, if they were a little bit bigger. And they just kind of kind of move like grubs mostly. They don't really use their arms for much. And
great, I'm sure it's a useful form that you'll
very
find
useful form.
Many times.
If you need to eat a bunch of compost for some reason, get buried in compost, you can eat your way out.
I love it. I am going to mark that down. Little slug people.
Little slug people. Fantastic.
I'm a little slug person.
I'll just add that to. My. I think I put a form here. Yes. Humanoids, fairy spirits, unlisted. We'll put this under special.
Special. There you go.
We will go with grub people. Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, probably not going to turn into a grub person, but who knows?
Well, cool.
Right.
At least we all survived.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The town is not saved yet, but there's hopefully help on the way. And you got.
We have a lead.
You're doing a pretty good job as our leader, dude. You really do.
I lost 2 people for a week in a void.
It was like maybe a minute or two for you guys, but
right. Oh God.
I went slightly mad. I'm going slightly mad.
So the next day, you'll meet up with Jacoby. Get your vehicle out of the storage at the lot out on the east side of town where you left it. It's in good condition. They actually cleaned it up. Got a lot of the road dirt off it, so it's looking pretty good. Free of charge.
Well, that's
alrighty.
They get a tip.
Yeah. And you start heading down the Great Trade Road towards Black Mountain. Black Mountain's slightly off the road, but Jacoby has obviously been there, so he'll tell you where you need to get off the road and to actually get there.
And is the place that he wants us to check out before or after Black Mountain?
It's after, I believe.
It's after, okay.
If I remember correctly.
Okay, fair enough.
I found a place on the like Google Maps where I wanted it to actually be. I just have to.
Nice.
I don't remember
Okay,
exactly where
excellent.
it's at.
Okay.
I'll have that when it's necessary, but I'm pretty sure it's actually like slightly into Utah. I think.
Gotcha. Okay.
If I remember, or just
All right,
maybe
well-
just on the border somewhere. So you'll head that direction and have a fairly safe road. You'll run some other trade caravans moving towards New Durango along the way.
I'm gonna start wearing my like overplate. I told you that I got some verification on dinosaur bone.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than having it be dinosaur bone, it's just gonna be like, it's essentially like plate armor that has like some dinosaur teeth and claws for the elbows and hands.
Sure.
So it's just gonna add 4 armor. It's not mega damage or anything.
Yep.
But it'll add armor and increase the encumbrance for anyone who's not super strong.
Exactly. Very good. And we will jump ahead to where we pulled off the Great Trade Road, which isn't much of like a real solid road. It's just more of a very worn path that's so many people have gone over that it's matted down any possibility of anything growing there, and it's flattened out pretty well.
This is something I just thought of. Before we leave, is there any chance I could do a quick divination at that temple to just maybe ask for some guidance?
Could, yeah. You're trying to.
I'll do this. We'll just assume I did it after I met with the orphans. Does that work?
Yeah. So you were to contact the light spirits again.
Essentially, just to be like, is it are we going on the right direction or not? Is kind of what I'm looking for.
Okay.
And it'll just be standard divination, no mass or anything, because I'm at that temple. That equates to a 5-minute conversation, but really, I'm just, like I said, Fletcher's just looking to make sure that like he's not,
the spirit of light that you managed to talk with says to basically continue, but time is running out.
Okay, I'm gonna thank that spirit and say that we will continue, and Fletcher doesn't necessarily know that it wasn't the spirit of light that helped his cactus friend come back to being sensible, but he does thank, even if he doesn't know, he's thanking that person, being like, yeah, thank you for helping us along the way. I'm sure you've been watching out over us.
Probably says some flowery stuff in a very weird voice.
So cryptic.
And yeah, but
cool.
You get
cool.
There,
that was it.
You're on your right path, but don't take too long.
And I would mention that, say, we don't have time, but we're doing the right thing as far as I know.
Yeah, we'll jump ahead to you heading off the trail from towards Black Mountain, off the Great Trade Road, and Jacoby's kind of looking around, because you're at this point you're kind of driving, on this flat area, and there's huge like mesas and stuff off to your left, or to your right, and a smaller one off to the left side there. I mean, the basin down here between these two mesa areas is maybe a half a mile wide path that you're going through. Jacoby notices something and tells Mary to like, whoa, stop quick.
Oh, okay.
And about that time, like a large boulder like rolls right in front of you. Like, had you not stopped, there's a chance it would have hit you.
Caution! Falling rock!
Rocks fall, everyone hopefully doesn't die.
And like, you may want to put some extra speed in. Or there's likely going to be more of them. And I mean, go now. Hit the gas.
Okay.
We're actually going to probably end it today. But
Okay.
as you kind of look out to see what's going on,
Are the rocks alive or are people?
It's a Morton Joe.
you can kind of see up on the mesa up above there. There are some very large humanoid figures up there picking up rocks, giant boulders, and beginning to hurl them down at you.
Oh, fuck.
And we'll continue this next time on Rifts for Savage Worlds. Thanks for joining us today. We are playing Rifts. Check out the original Rifts books at palladiumbooks.com. Kevin Zimbied and his team have put together quite a amazing universe over many, many years now. And then check out Savage Worlds RPG and the Rifts conversion over at Pinnacle Entertainment Group's website, peginc.com. We've been playing on Roll20, roll20.net. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.